and I'm back with another video. What's up? I'm back with another video. So sorry. So as you know, we back with another video. So I had to drink my coffee, and we about to talk about the worst signs to be with and the best signs to be with. In my opinion, this is my glasses cricket. This is what I've lived through. This is what I've been through. This is what I've seen. This is my opinion. If I say that this sign is the worst sign and you married to this sign, y'all been together for 25 years, y'all got 3 beautiful children, then girl, proud of you. Boy, proud of you. But this is my opinion. Please, nobody step on my neck or take this to heart, because I know how you girls like to tussle. But anyways, so yeah, let's talk about my worst sign that I've ever dated and my best sign that I've ever dated. My worst sign that I ever dated would have had to be a Cancer. I've dated 2 Cancers that I can specifically, and after my second time, because my first time I dated Cancer, I was like, oh yeah, oh no, this is just not for me. I will never go back down this road. And then I turned around and went back down that road with a whole different Cancer, whole different age group. When I say everything about the first Cancer was the opposite of the other Cancer, like looks wise, olderness, young, everything totally different areas, everything. But when I say, to me, that was the worst time I've ever dated, and I will never date another Cancer. I don't even think I want to be friends with a male Cancer, okay? Jesus, if you got a Cancer, more power to you. Those are some mean, spiteful, jealous, conniving, everything. Those are something different, and I was just not raised like that. Maybe I just can't handle it, okay? Maybe I don't know how to, maybe somebody didn't give me the handbook on it. But yeah, that was probably my worst sign that I've ever dated, was a Cancer. Because let me tell y'all, I went with this first Cancer. I thought we was just so in love, and I was just like head over heels for him. And I was younger. I was probably still in school, so you know how that is, puppy love, cupcake stage. And he was he older than me? No, he's actually younger than me, but like we the same age. But you know how my birthday fall first in that year, and then his birthday fall later in that year. So at first everything was cool. He just had like this swagger about himself, when he was just cool, laid back, chill, knew how to fight. But he wasn't that type of person that just always wanted to fight. Like, he was just cool, always had a haircut, always kept a little earring in his ear, teeth white, pretty. Y'all know that's my go-to. I love some pretty teeth. But chocolate, y'all know I love me some chocolate. So I had a little body, everything. It was like, oh my goodness, like, woo. Okay, everything was just everything. And by me being young, I don't know, shoot, like, I don't know. So my friend set us up together. It was like, you know, my cousin, I want to talk to you, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, oh, shoot, you know, I'm young, you know, I'm just now really starting to get boys to notice me, for real. Like, I was fresh, okay? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So, you know, of course, we linked. We walked halfway to meet each other. We walked through this little park. Of course, she walked ahead of us so we can get to know each other. So we just walking and we talking, and that was the first time we ever linked. Ever since then, we used to talk on the phone. This is when Facebook was popping. We used to be on Facebook together. Like, everything was everything. We lived on 2 different sides of town. So, and we was young, so neither one of us knew how to drive or even owned a car. So, yeah, that was like, But as we got older, we rekindled again. This time we drive, and this time we older. This time we out of school. This time we grown, okay? So I guess you could say I kind of ran away from home. He helped me out. No, I ran away from home because my grandma was going through some things, and I didn't want to be there with my cousin. My mother is not an option. My dad was an option, but he already had my little sister, and he only got a 1-bedroom. So I was like, I'm too old for that. I'm not about to do that. I'm working. I got my own car, you know. So, and by me wanting to be with him, I went to him. I chose to be with him. Every time I used to always say to my grandma and my grandpa, and they would always send me money, or, you know, they would always say, do you want me to come get you? You could come home. You have a home. Like, And I was just, no, no, no. Because even after my grandma got better or whatever, I chose to stay with him. So, and I remember one time my grandfather, he was like, man, I'm about to come get you. He really came and got me. I was crying. I was packing up my stuff all slow. Like, I don't want to leave. I went home. I was like, oh, I hate it here. The whole 9. I went back a little bit older, maybe not even a year later. I think this was in the same year. I went back. This time we living at his mama house. No, before this, yeah, we was living at his mama house. Stayed at his mama house for a little minute. I ended up leaving because it just didn't work out between me, him, and the mother. Like, you know, we thinking we grown, but at the end of the day, this is her house. So that's just initially not gonna work. So out of respect, and you know, I just went back home. She asked me, can I go back home? I went back home. So of course we still see each other, blah 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 blah, through the friend that got us together. But I went over there because, mind you, I said I was running away. Well, I wouldn't call it running away because I was allowed to go home, okay? But I was just young and dumb. So we went over. I remember I was over my mother's house. I'll talk about that in a different video. But when I say this lady is not my mom, okay? So I went over there. I was living with her because I just did not. I felt like once I left home, left my grandmother's house, I just felt like I was grown. I felt like I did not have to go back there. I felt like, you know, I'm out here, I don't want to go backwards. That's my thing with anything though. Like, once I leave something or once I do something, I don't want to go back. So it was nothing wrong with me being at my grandmother's house. I just didn't want to be there because I already went there, I already left. I felt like, shoot, I'm out here now. It's time for me to explore. I'm grown, I'm over 18, I ain't got no kids, I'm working, I'm driving. It's time for me to be out. So my sister was at, my older sister, mind you, my little sister was with my dad, my older sister was with my mom. So I went to my mom with her, and that didn't even last a month. So me and my mom was about to fight, because my sister gave me my dad signed for my sister a car. My sister gave it to me when she upgraded her car. My mom found out about it, and my mom took the car. How are you going to take the car that my dad put in his name for my sister gave to me? You're not tied in this nowhere. But by me still low-key being young, I don't know how I even let that slip over. She ended up getting the car. So we about to fight over a car. She put me out. Said she was about to call the police on me, start cussing me out, all type of stuff. She put me out. So he came to pick me up, the cancer. He came to pick me up, like, not even later that weekend. He went through my phone. Mind you, we're not together. We haven't been together in months. He came to pick me up, went over there to his friend's house because he didn't even have his own house. When I say I was getting beat on, he put a gun to my head. He, like, literally anything you could think of, like, controlling, like, give me your phone. He would take my phone and leave out the house for hours, like, and to the point where like, my grandma and me paying my phone bill, but this his phone, because at the end of the day, like, he wouldn't even let me touch them. And I was so brainwashed, like, I was okay with it. Like, he'd be like, give me your password to this, I would give it to him. He'd be like, you can't be on this, I would delete the app. He'd be like, you need to study this religion, I was studying that religion. Like, I was just so hypnotized and so low to everything he was saying and telling me to do. I was just doing it like a zombie, like clockwork. He told me to get up, I got up. If it was 6 o'clock in the morning, he told me to get up, I was getting up. Just everything, I was just his little minion at that point. So it took me a minute to, like, realize. I think the last incident that happened with it, mind you, I was with him since I was a kid. So I can say I knew him for about 10 years, maybe about 5-6 years out of that 10, I was going through hell with him, but I was just doing it. And then to the public eye, everything was perfect. This was my boyfriend. You know, he was the hottest thing going. Everybody wanted him. Okay, so I don't even know, but not knowing, like, well, they not knowing, he putting his hands on me. He put a gun in my face. He doing heavy drugs. We ain't talking weed. We talking drugs. He over here coming home being a different person. He choking me till I can't breathe. He punching walls that's like this close to my face. He doing stuff. He taking my phone that I'm paying for, going out the house, not coming home that night. I remember this one time we got to this fight. I had this gold Kia car. I just got the car. I still had 30-day tags on it. I was working at a pizza shop, and I remember I pulled up to the house. I didn't get out right away, and I guess I didn't get out fast enough for him. And you know when you pull up at nighttime, if you sitting in the driver's seat on your phone, the light from your phone is gonna show. So he saw me on my phone. I guess he thought I was talking to a dude or deleting messages. I don't know what he thought, but in all reality, even though he was putting me through everything he was putting me through, I still wasn't cheating. I still wasn't doing anything, because for one, I'm not a cheater. If I'm cheating, it's because I want you to catch me. It's because sometimes I don't want to be with you. Because if I want to be with you, I'm not gonna cheat on you. Trust me. So whatever. So I wasn't cheating. I don't remember what the hell I was doing. I was probably on Instagram. I probably was just too lazy to get out the car, because at the time I was working 2 jobs. I would leave one job and go straight to the pizza job, and then the pizza job, you know, pizza shops don't close till like 11 midnight, sometimes 1 o'clock. I'm tired. So I guess I didn't get out the car fast enough. I guess he was watching out some window, looking at me, being on my phone. I didn't even get a chance to get in the house. He came outside with some of my clothes and threw them. Mind you, it was snowing. Came outside and threw them in the driveway and just basically told me to get out. With mind you, I'm in the car, windows rolled up. It's dark. I'm not really paying attention. I'm not really looking. Then once I noticed what's going on is him. He's like running up to the car, telling me, you know, get out the car, etc., etc. And I just remember like cracking the window, like, no, I'm not getting a car, leave me alone. Mind you, my clothes still everywhere. At this time, iPhone 6 was out. I got like a deal where, you know, you buy an iPhone, you get an iPhone. So he had an iPhone. So it was to the point where I got tired of him doing that. So I got out the car. I rolled up the window, got out the car to pick up my clothes, left my phone sitting there. He didn't go touch my phone or touch my car. Car still running, everything. We in a suburb, mind you. Police could have pulled up. Got out the car, went to go pick my clothes up. He tussling me a little bit, and then I'm just to the point where he starts calling me out my name and stuff. I'm like, give me my phone that I'm paying for. Like, you know, out of nowhere, this burst of encouragement come out of nowhere. So I'm like, give me my phone that I'm paying for. He threw it, mind you, no case on it. Thought it was gonna crack or break the way he threw it, cause he ain't just throw it. He like football launched it through it. Ain't nothing happened to it. Nothing but the grace of the man up above. So I went over there and picked it up. No, it did. It cracked a little bit. But it was, you know, I could still get the screen fixed, whatever. So, yeah. So I got my phone. I remember, like, going to my car, closing the door, got the phone, got my clothes, what I was going to get. Because, mind you, it was dark outside. We in a suburb. I don't got no license. I'm tired. It's time to go. So I was just thinking, like, where I'm going to go? It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, where I'm going to go. I mean, of course, my grandma. But for the in between time, I didn't want to drive all the way over there. So I got in the car, I rolled the window up. He chased me to the car. I got to the car. I rolled the window down a little bit, like, you know, leave me alone. I forgot what we were saying back and forth, because this happened years and years and years ago. He took my window and like tried to pull it to open it, break it. I don't know what he was trying to do, but whatever. He did this and it didn't work. And then all of a sudden, all you see is pow! And the glass shattered on my driver's side, got all over me. I was scared, alone, didn't know what to do, never been in a situation like this, didn't know how to handle a situation like this. Middle of the night, I'm on a whole other side of town for my family, everything. So the first thing I thought of was to call his grandma, because I know if I would have, boys love their grandma, okay? So I called his grandma. His grandma calmed him down. She told me to come over there. I came over there. He was sorry that she opened her door to me, and mind you, I'm a young girl on the other side of town. He just bust my window out, basically trying to attack me. Yes, I'm gonna call somebody for help. I called your grandma. His grandma did calm him down, did get him off me, because when he punched my window out, he's like in my car, like choking me, and I'm on the phone with her, like, help, help, tell him get off me, tell him get off me. Whatever. So, you know, she talking to him or whatever. He listen, he get off me, I drive off. So I drive off and get over there, tell her what happened. Boom, boom, bam, bam. Stop talking to him after that. Another thing was when I was over there, mind you, all the same person. I went over there and we had a disagreement about something. His mother was out of town, because my I said we was at his mama's house. His mama was out of town. He called his grandma before I could call her. She was like, just put her out. If you don't go back and forth with her, if you gonna do this, yada yada yada, call the police. If, you know, because I don't know what he was telling her to make her say call the police on me, and he the aggressive one. But it was his house. You know, it was, you know, all in words against mine. I'm the guest in their home. The police sure enough pulled up while I'm sitting outside in the cold. Don't got nowhere to go. At this time, I don't think I was driving. All my bags sitting next to me. And they pulled up. And they was like, yeah, you gotta go. You have somewhere to go. Yada, yada, boom, boom. We'll take you to wherever you gotta go. I said, well, I don't live on this side of town. You know, I'm still a minor. You know, like, all of this is, none of this stuff is in order. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking, as I'm thinking about it, I'm telling y'all. So, yeah, but basically the whole relationship was abusive, like abusive, and I put up with it, and I went back, and I thought some of the stuff was okay, or it was normal, or some of the stuff I just didn't even tell nobody, like, and let alone my grandma. My grandma don't know none of this, and she gone now, and she don't know none of this, but yeah, that relationship was like, oh my God. But once I snapped out of it and I got older and I realized he gonna always be on drugs, he gonna always put his hands on me when he get drunk, high, whatever. I don't want to live this life. I'll work more. I realized I was going backwards dealing with him, because I remember, it's so much I could tell y'all, because like I say, I knew him for 10 years, and out of 10, and 5, 6 was horrible. I remember I was working, where was I? It was another pizza shop. I gave him my whole check. I'm talking down to the last penny, whole check. I don't know why I did that. I don't know if we talked about something or something. But at this time, I'm living at my grandma's house. He came all the way from his side of town to come to me. Somebody dropped him off to me. We had to walk to my job, pick up my paper check, walk to a little convenient corner store to cash the check, to walk back to my house. And do you think he came in the house and watched a movie with me? No. He cashed that check and bounced. I was like, he was like, all right, see you later, gave me a hug and left. At the time, it was normal. I wasn't like, oh, you gonna do that? I didn't say nothing. I literally let it happen. Like, okay, bye, see you later, you know. Like, no. Like, the whole relationship was abusive. The whole relationship was toxic. The whole relationship was nothing I was raised up on. Nothing I grew up seeing, or none of that. Because best believe my grandma ain't never let me see nothing like that. Or did she ever go through anything like that. Nor do I know anybody personally in my family that allowed or went through that. So I don't know where that came from, because I'm a God-fearing, I was raised right. She taught me not to take nothing. I ain't never got abused, nothing. So I don't know what made me let him have all of that control and power over me for years and years and years. Like, I don't know. Like, he talked to females in front of me, like, everything. Like, some days I have my little moments where, you know, I snap back at him, but for the most part, that's how it was. So, whatever. Whew. Jesus, I finally got out of that. I finally realized that it was not gonna go nowhere, you know, and that's it. That was the end of that. Like, even if he was reaching out here and there years later, he'll still reach out and be like, oh, I love you, this, that, and the third, da, da, da. I have to literally, like, you know, stop talking to him, block him, everything, because at the end of the day, my nigga, I bet you do. I bet you do, okay? I was that female for you, okay? I used to let you get away with murder, literally, because you almost killed me a good handful of times, and I kid you not, right here, strike me down right now, a good handful of times, you almost killed me or nearly killed me or did something to me where I damn near passed out. I kid you not. So I bet you do. Okay, and on top of that, me being loyal, and on top of that, me giving you all this money, and just on top of that, me always being the support and the driving and all that, because he ain't never had a car, still don't got a car, he ain't never kept a job, still don't got a job, like everything. So I bet you did. I was the bread and butter with the cake eating it too. I bet you do. So whatever. That's been long gone, and baby, it's gonna stay wherever the fuck is at. So yeah, that happened, and then years went down the line. This is fairly recent. I was like 21, 22. I messed with this other cancer. This cancer was older, like older than me. I'm talking, got a good 10 years on me. Like he in his 30s. Mind you, I just said I'm 21, 22 when I was dating him. I'm not that age no more. But yeah, so he had a good 10 years on me. He like 32, 33. You know, he older. Heat, facial hair, full, all of this hair, like he's older. So I'm thinking, like, you know, he owned businesses, he was driving. I thought that was his car. It was his mama's car. I thought it was his car the way he had it. Okay, you never. So you know he older. We talking, we vibing. He was real sweet. He used to buy me, like, every time he saw me, it was hugs. It was like kisses on my forehead. You know, give me massages. Stay on the phone with me all day and night. Never was abusive to me. He was never abusive. Now that's what I'm saying. He's two different opposite cancers, obviously. But it got to the point when I got a little bit older. He started, like, and I don't know if he was all ahead and I just never noticed it, or I was just young and dumb, but he started, like, flexing, like, oh, well, I got this, I got that, or being on the phone with one of his dudes when I was sitting right there and be like, yeah, cause I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And when I used to say he used to drink every day and every night, and no, he wasn't abusive, but it was just like, that's not cute. Don't nobody want you drinking every single night, every day. What are you even drinking for at this moment? And it got to the point where you were not even spending time with me. You going to the club. You going to the after hour. Like, you kicking it. You kicking it harder than me at 18, okay? Like, baby, you act like you just got your ID. You act like that ID just turned sideways, kicking it. Like, when I say kick it. Okay, so I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is not for me. I'm not no outside type of girl, especially no outside girl like this. This is a whole different level. And then you flexing, talking about something, you own this and you own that and you got this and you got this, and you always in your camera roll like this or like this, and then the only thing you want to share is $5 or $10 or buy me some shoes. And mind you, my shoe size is like 4 or 5, so my shoes ain't no more than $60, maybe $100 if you give me the Jordan 1s, and that's not even $100. Jordan 1s in my size is $98 to be exact, where I'm from. So you're really not blowing no money. And on top of this, I never looked at it as what amount you're spending. It was always, you know, you just do something nice. So, because, you know, you talking to me. But at the end of the day, all that flexing stuff and all that extra stuff and all that, you got to act like a different person and act so much hard because you're around certain people and the drinking and the party every day. My dude, you corny. You lame. You not going nowhere fast. We've been talking for a little minute now. You still in the same situation from when I first met you, as in no car, no house, but you at everybody bar, everybody club. No, it's a no for me. You not going nowhere no time fast. It's you got a handful of kids. It's time for me to go. Like, no. That's why I say the cancers was 2 different cancers, but by far the worst sign to date. And I would never go back, date another. I don't care what age, old, young, little, small, big, tall, light, dark. I wouldn't. No. The cancers was horrible. I'm sorry. And like I said, if you got a cancer and they treating you right, by all means, all praise to you. The best sign to date that I've had would probably be an Aries. Aries is the best sign to date for me. I've dated the Aries, and when I say I'm in love, you know that little video with Dirk when he was sitting back on the couch, he was like, I'm in love. Like, that's how I feel about the Aries. Like, they just the most sweetest, the most nice. Can be mean as fuck. They don't get me wrong. They can be the meanest, okay? But I'm talking about on relationship side. The relationship side, they know how to treat you. They're gonna open that door for you. They're gonna feed you. They're gonna give you their last dollar. They shirt off their back. They're gonna make sure you get from point A to point B to point C all the way to Z back to point A. They're gonna support whatever dream you have. They're gonna be there wiping that tear if you really sad. They don't like to see you sad. They heartbroken when they the reason they make you sad. Like, it. Aries, and I'm sorry, I can't even, like, I could go on and give y'all a whole 10-minute like how I did about how horrible the cancer was, but just to sum it up about Aries, that's just the most sweetest, the most loving, the most caring to me that I've seen, that I've witnessed. And mind you, the Cancer and the Aries was, out of all the other signs, those are the ones I remember the most. Those are the ones that I was with the longest. Aries, like, they're just so sweet. I don't know if y'all into, like, zodiac signs, stuff like that, because I'm not into zodiac signs like that. I'm only into it if I know off of experience. Like, if somebody's like, oh yeah, Cancer, I can be like, oh yeah, no. But if you walk up to me and be like, oh, this is your soulmate, and this is supposed to be with this, and the sunset over here, and this God is for you, I don't know. I'm not into zodiac signs like that. I can't tell you nothing like that. But This, like I said, in my experience, this is what I went through. This is what I saw. This is what I learned. This is what I'm going through. And everything that I'm saying is pure, real, and really happened. So, yes, by all means, Aries, this is somebody that's going to open the door for you. This is somebody that's going to bring you flowers for no reason. This is somebody that's going to wipe your tear. This is somebody that's going to hold you. This is somebody that's going to you talking about good, freaky, sexy time. Them is them too, okay? Like, so it's like every level. Because let me tell you, when I was with my Aries, it was just like, oh my god, oh my gosh, like everything was an amazement. Everything was like, oh, like everything was. It just got better and better and better, and still like now, like it was. Oh Jesus, okay. But yeah, so the best sign for me would have to be a Aries. The worst sign for me would have to be a Cancer. This is what I lived through. This is what I went through. So yeah, y'all, I just had to tell y'all that and share my experience. But for all in all, love is love, and no matter who you with, boy, girl, dog, cat, sun, moon, star, when you find your person, know that's your person. Treat that person right. Don't do that person wrong, especially if they're not doing you wrong. Communication is key, ladies and gentlemen. Always have communication, no matter what it is, big, small, happy, sad. If you don't even got nothing to do with your spouse, talk to your spouse, especially if your spouse is trying to talk to you, because you just don't know how can it affect you or your spouse or just anything. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I had to say. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell. Thank you for watching. We're gonna catch you in the next video, and like always, it's your girl Kay, and thank you for talking with me with Talks with Kay, and I'll see you in the next video. I said that this is your girl Kay, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.